Dr. Elias Blackwell was a respected rural physician in Eastern Europe. One stormy night in 1997, he received a phone call at exactly 3:33 a.m. A woman's voice whispered faintly, almost inhuman, "Doctor, come to number 46, Harrow Hill urgent." Then the line went dead. Harrow Hill was an abandoned area, deserted after a mine collapse years ago. No one had lived there for over a decade, or so people believed. Despite the odd call, something deep inside Dr. Blackwell compelled him to go. He packed his leather medical bag, told his assistant Anna he'd be back before sunrise. The road to Harrow Hill was broken, overgrown, and smothered in thick fog. His GPS stopped working. The radio turned to static. At the end of a long dirt road stood a decaying Victorian mansion, its windows glowing faintly. The gate creaked open by itself. As he approached the front door, it opened before he could knock. A tall, pale woman stood there in a vintage nurse's uniform. "We've been expecting you, doctor," she said in a flat, unnatural voice. Her name was. Inside the mansion, everything was dusty yet untouched, lit only by flickering candlelight. The nurse led him upstairs to a bedroom. There, an old man lay in bed under white sheets. His skin was gray, his eyes were red. He looked dead, but then he spoke. "You're late, doctor," he rasped. "The others didn't make it." Dr. Blackwell was stunned. The man had no pulse, no heartbeat, and yet, he was talking. On the walls were portraits of the same man and nurse, dated from the 1800s. None of them had aged. Dr. Blackwell tried to ask questions, but the answers were vague. As he moved to leave, the hallway behind him twisted. The door he came from had vanished. Every step he took returned him to the same room. The staircase now spiraled downward into darkness. Shadows moved. Whispering voices followed him. Suddenly, a little girl appeared at the end of the hall. She was holding his medical bag. She smiled sweetly and said, "It's your turn now, doctor. The house needs a new healer." Terrified, Dr. Blackwell locked himself in the study. There, he found a leather-bound journal on the desk. It was his, although he had never seen it before. Inside were entries written in his handwriting. The last page was dated that very night, June the 6th, 1997. At the bottom, his name was signed in blood. Screams echoed through the house. Portraits bled. Footsteps approached. Isolde appeared again, smiling calmly. "The house always calls back its doctor," she said. Then everything went dark. Dr. Blackwell was never seen again. A week later, his medical bag was found outside his clinic gate. The instruments inside were freshly used, still warm. No trace of the doctor was ever found. Since that day, people in nearby villages have reported receiving eerie phone calls at 3:33 a.m. There is no voice, only the sound of creaking doors and distant footsteps. And then a whisper, "Come to Harrow Hill." If your phone rings at that time, don't answer. The house is still calling.